Yes, please, Mzansi. We're getting moving, we're shaking, we're grooving. It's the middle of the week, but it feels like we are celebrating so much. It feels like a Friday, honestly. Now, listen to this next conversation, right? Africa obviously welcomes the world in Cape Town until the 15th of August, and that's to reimagine the future of scientific interaction. Now, the 32nd International Astronomical Union General Assembly is being held for the first time on the African continent. That's why we're so happy. That's why we're celebrating. And there are three aspects for this meeting. It's accessibility, impact, and sustainability. Now, we have a pro here in the building to talk through some of this right now. It's Dr. Charles Takalana, the Vice Chair of the Organizing Committee, who's joining us to share more details. And Doc, we've been inspired by the greater cosmos already after that previous conversation.
I think we just pressed fast forward on life this morning. It just feels like we've moved into Blade Runner 2024, when I suppose the writing was on the wall. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing us to see into your world, because I think very often there is this divide because it's inaccessible. It's too much for us to wrap our little minds around, so we need this engagement. But this speaks to something truly magical. So please, if you can, maybe explain to us, what is the thrust here? What are we trying to achieve with the International Astronomical Union General Assembly, which does sound like something out of Star Wars a little bit.
So the International Astronomical Union, I'll start there to explain exactly what it is, what we're talking about. So the International Astronomical Union is the international body for astronomers. You know, the astronomers all over the world, and the International Astronomical is basically this family of astronomers from across the world. So just to give you a context of the event we're having in Cape Town, you know, in this month, actually we had that official opening yesterday. This is that same meeting that makes the big decisions in astronomy, right? To sort of say, for example, what is a planet and what is not a planet, right?
Wow.
So I think you'll remember in 2006, before that, all the textbooks said Pluto was a planet.
I was about to say, so we have you to blame.
So
Thank you very much, Doctor.
So you've got this exact meeting that's taking place in South Africa right now to blame for that big decision. So they decided that it would be a dwarf planet, and they broke the hearts of many people.
And the internet,
Exactly. So that is exactly what this event is about. But we're hosting it now in South Africa for the very first time. So just to give you a context, this organization of the IAU, it is over 100 years old.
Oh, wow.
Now you can just imagine, in that over 100 years old, and in that over 100 years, this is the first time that this event is taking place on the African continent. It is now indeed time for Africa. You know, it did coin it that this is time for Africa. And last night we had, you know, the Minister of the Department of Science and Innovation opening the event, and he said, "Kinako, you know, it is our time, and it is arrived."
Sure.
So, you know, it's sort of like having for our community as astronomers, you know, on the African continent, it's like sort of having that Formula One race, you know, as a racer now, you know, in your home. So this is our home event, and we've got a diverse community across the continent. You know, with the challenges, you know, that we have, we really wanted to sort of get everyone. Everybody was excited, and that is why we coined those three terms, which was accessibility, impact, and sustainability, because we want this to not just be an event, but to be something that we can, you know, look back to, you know, in the future and say it happened here.
A pillar of science, because this is what gets kids excited, when they can see their tribe, when they can see the community that they one day are going to be able to connect with. I'm just thinking to myself, how much of like the important grey matter in your field is in Cape Town right now? Hopefully no meteors or anything on the horizon.
So just to give you, you know, an example, the last IAU meeting was, you know, they had, you know, around 2,500 to 2,800 abstracts that they received.
Sure.
For this meeting, we received over 3,000 abstracts.
Wow.
For this first meeting on the African continent.
That's a good sign.
Now you're asking just how many of these astronomers are roaming around. So we've got around 2,000 astronomers that are going to be coming in person for this meeting, and we've got another, you know, over 600 of them that are going to be joining us online. So
brilliant.
So just in line with that accessibility, we are making sure that this event, you know, is fully hybrid, so that anyone can sort of get access to it.
Yeah, and with everyone getting access to it, I believe you also have some online sessions as well for the public, so you're ticking that box of accessibility as well?
Brilliant.
So what we decided to do was to be different with this event. We decided to make it completely open access. And then the reason we did that is because we want to bring down this ivory tower, right?
Yeah.
So that, no matter who you are, where you're from, you can be able to access astronomy. I think astronomy is one of those sciences that, excites everyone.
For sure.
And I think that it's also one of the exciting ways that we can bring in more and more young people into the various STEM fields.
Completely, because there is an emotional connection. Right. It speaks to all humanity because we've been looking up at the same stars since the birth of, our time at least. I don't want to throw that into the mix here. This speaks to a shift in mindset and an opportunity. I've realized with the introduction of AI, it's released the genius. So now our geniuses can spend more time meeting, talking, doing the creative part of that process. What are you most excited about when you look forward in your space? And I know we've got a great meeting of minds, which is exciting in itself, but when you look at the future of astronomy, when you look at these pillars, accessibility, impact, and sustainability, what are you most excited about in your space?
I am most excited about the space that Africa and South Africa is starting to take up. I think, some South Africans will know that, we've got currently the biggest telescope in the Southern Hemisphere, in the Sol telescope that's in Sutherland. But we've also been able to construct the most powerful radio telescope, which is the Meerkat telescope, which is in Carnarvon. We are now really doing cutting-edge science. I like saying this because it sort of gives us the context of how far we've made it on the African continent. So, just over a year ago, my colleagues and I went to the American Astronomical Society meeting. The American Astronomical Society, just to give you a context, it's got over 3,000 members. They've got over 3,000 astronomers in the US alone, and that is just one country. I was based at the African Astronomical Society for some 4 years now, and we have just over 400 members.
Wow.
But the backdrop, the backdrop image at that meeting at the American Astronomical Society conference was the image that was taken with the Meerkat telescope.
You see.
A South African telescope. That there's nothing that tells you that you've arrived more than that.
We are the benchmark.
When some of the top minds in the world are actually recognizing the science that you are doing.
It's typical. This is the South African and African way. We find a way to make even astronomy competitive. We're going to beat you at astronomy, America. Okay, we're coming for you. No, this is all about inclusivity and sharing in this incredible meeting of minds. Thank you so much. Your passion alone has got me excited about where we're going. So thank you, and all the best of luck. Just please, guys, look down, okay, at each other. Not because I would imagine everyone in the room is just used to doing that, but it's an opportunity to look forward, to look to the stars in a completely new way.